back. Marian Shanley here live in Simonstown and delighted to be part of Local Link, Loudmeath and Fingal. And joining me is Eugene Conlon beside me. Now, he comes from this fantastic group called the Dunleer Sustainable Energy Community. And he's going to talk to us about SEI. He's going to talk about refitting and also about how you can impact in your own lives, and not just your own, but also in other people's as well. You're very welcome indeed. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you indeed for inviting me in, yeah.
Tell us firstly about what your team does and what you do and how important it is for us to be replicating that.
Okay, so about 5 years ago, the community in Dunleer and County Louth actually decided, look, we need to do something around this whole area of energy and renewable energy. So we started a programme of firstly starting to educate people. What is energy? What is renewable energy? What steps can I have as a householder actually take that actually will reduce my energy use, but also start to use more renewable energy? And we heard this morning about the dangers of fossil fuels. And God knows over the last year, Greta Thunberg has delivered a very strong message to every one of us, which is we've got to do something in this whole area. So we started, as I say, 5 years ago. So we've educated now 600 people across the country, across 6 different counties. And particularly then within Louth, we've actually retrofitted 230 homes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Stop there. 230 homes, guys. To even just figure to do one, which I've been at the tail end of my own house, is still not finished. We're looking at second fixes at this stage and we're in 12 years, so forget that. 230 is a lot of buildings. Now, obviously, you have a team of people who help you with that.
Absolutely. We have Elizabeth Carney, we have Patrick Mulroy, we have Fergus McCann, Jerry Rayburn and myself. So that's the team. And they are very committed individuals who've driven this programme over the last 4 years. You know, the reality is that for those 230 homes, we're talking about a reduction of energy use of about 30%.
What does that mean in layman's terms? Because we hear all these numbers being, thrown about, and your general person sitting there is wondering, how is that equating in my world?
Okay. Well, we've actually, people now, of those 230 homes, most of them were oil-fired heating systems. They're all gone now, and they're using either air-to-water or air-source heat pumps or biomass boilers. So completely renewable technology. So that leads to a significant savings in itself. But then if you insulate the house more, you put in new double glazed windows, you insulate the walls, you insulate the attics, again, less energy is being used in the home. And that really means, in real terms, people have said to us, look, Eugene, our bills are down anything between €350 per year to €800 per year. So that's the impact. So people are warmer in their homes, they're helping the environment, and they're saving money. And that's what you want.
So is heat loss a major factor in houses in Ireland? Do you see that?
They say certainly across Europe, anything up to 60% of the present housing stock is completely inefficient. Okay. So there's a major job of work to be done.
Is that down, would you say, to the build of the house, or the fact that people are not educated in what you really should be doing when you go into a house, even if it's new or old? What should be your baseline to live in?
I think a lot of the new homes now are being fitted out with very modern technology, so there's a good practice there. But most of us live in homes that are very old homes. They were built in a different era with different methods, etc., and technology. So really what we have to do is to say, hold on a moment, we need to recognise the world has changed around us. Now we need to change our practices day to day in relation to our behaviour in the house, how we use electricity in the house and conserve energy, I should say, and also then what actually systems are we using to keep ourselves warm in the home. So, it's a question and a challenge to every single one of us. We've got to address this issue. This is critical that we address it. And that's why coming today to the FlexiBus meeting here today, to Flexi Transport meeting, and Miriam inviting us was an opportunity for us to say to a lot of people here, look, you can actually save money, you can be much, much warmer in your homes, and you can address the issue of climate change. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do.
So how would people get in touch with you? Because you're called the Energy Team and the Energy Ambassadors. And I can see you're all over social media. So will we give them a link that they can find you?
They can find us at www.energyteam.ie. So that's where they can get us at. And we're online, we have a website and everything there. We're presently recruiting for our application in 2020. So we're starting to bring in homes and assess homes for their suitability, not only in County Louth, right across County Louth, but now we've teamed up with Batterstown Sustainable Energy Community here in County Meath and Meath County Council to say, OK, let's include quite a few houses from County Meath. So it's open for people from Meath or Louth, make contact and sign up.
Fantastic. Eugene Conlon, you've been mindful of information for me, a lot of which I did actually know in advance, we have to admit that. But there's so much I think that we can do to improve our homes. If there was one thing, a little bit of advice you would give to our listeners today, what would that be?
I would say, don't talk about it, take action.
Oh, how good was that? So guys, if you want to find out more, obviously here we have www.energyteam.ie. It's very straightforward. Really what it means is it possibly could take you from a point of distress every time that you have to pay for your bills each month. It could also mean that you're in a warmer house and more comfortable. And when you get to a certain age, that's a priority as well. Really important. But also the key thing is that you have people who are professionals who can manage this in a proper way. And Eugene, you seem to be the man to go to with your team. So thank you for taking time today here at Local Link, Louth, Meath and Fingal. And I think what we're going to do next is we're going to go back into the hall and see what's happening here in Simonstown. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.